Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whatever the I Want podcast, where I, your host, Gaby, get to talk about whatever the I want. And today's episode is going to be about body image. So, what triggered the idea for this episode, it literally just transpired like in the past 15-20 minutes. I'm listening to Jennette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died audiobook, and she essentially struggled with anorexia because she wanted to lose weight to prevent her body from developing so that she could cast roles to portray a younger character because it's what her mom wanted. And I struggled with my body image a lot throughout my life. When I look back at pictures when I was younger, I actually was called anorexic by people. And I was very small. I had a very thin frame. And a big part of it was just that I didn't have a healthy relationship with food. I didn't really realize that my surroundings were not helping my body image. So we have to think back to the 2000s. I mean, what was popular was very tiny frames, women with really big boobs, small, skinny, like think Victoria's Secret model. Like having a big butt was like, ugh, like people did not want that. The goal was to be like as skinny, as thin as possible. I grew up with, and it's crazy because of epigenetics. It's basically where trauma is passed through you in your genes. And also, I mean, it can also be passed on to you through environmental situations. My grandma has struggled with her body image her entire life. She, from a very early age, I remember her always talking about her weight. We would go to eat. I remember we'd go to Wendy's a lot whenever she'd pick us up from school, and she'd always get a salad. And she told us at a very young age we would get like I think they were like $1, like a little dollar half salad. And then we'd get 4-piece nuggets, and then we'd take the nuggets and put them on the salad. And she's like, you have to eat salads. You have to watch your weight. You have to watch what you look like. And so, me thinking, I didn't really process things until I got older, where I was like, oh shit. Like she was basically telling me at 8 years old, watch what you eat. And of course, sure, watch what you eat. You should want to eat healthy or like eat junk foods in moderation. I'm not saying there wasn't any truth to what she was saying, but I also watched my mom struggle with her weight and her body image from a very early age as well. My mom would complain about the veins on her legs. And I remember at some point in the past couple of years, I started noticing I had veins on my legs, and I literally was like, oh, they're so ugly. I don't like them. And I realized I was talking like my mom. Now I look at them and I don't care, but I only had that perception of this is ugly because it's what my mom put onto me. Example, my sister-in-law, we're Mexican, so my nieces are, they have body hair, and I had body hair when I was really young. I had hair on my legs and stuff. And so we noticed that, my nieces were getting hair on their legs, and she's like, don't point it out to them. And at the time I was like, but why? But I understand where she is coming from now, because it's like insecurities do not exist unless they're put onto people. My acne, I honestly, this is going to sound so crazy. I got really excited when I got my first pimple. I was so excited. It actually kind of was it wasn't on this cheek, but like here in the middle of my cheek, you see I have this breakout. It was on this side. Maybe it was on this side. I feel like it was on this side. Okay. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like I got my first pimple. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like I am a teenager. I am growing. I have hormones. I don't know why I thought it was cool that I had my first pimple. And over the years, I had kids in school tell me like, just wash your face. I literally had kids tell me that, just wash your face. And I was constantly being fed information from people. I mean, it was constant. You should use rubbing alcohol wipes on your skin. You should use Neosporin on your skin. I mean, it was damn near daily people like telling me something about my skin, and it really made me feel so insecure. Now looking back at it, I probably had acne because one, I was going through hormonal changes. It's also genetic. My parents, specifically my dad, had really bad acne growing up, but my mom had it too. And, my brothers had severe, I would say they had more like severe acne than like my sister and I, but we all have had it in my family. And so that's also a big part of it. But I think a bigger part of it was that I was not eating enough. I've noticed that my acne tends to flare up whenever I'm not consuming enough protein. And I didn't really realize that I was exerting more calories than I was consuming because I wasn't really talked about then, like I'm sure this information existed, but it was not available to us, Now with social media, now with, like personal trainers and things like that, like now you have more access to this information with the internet, your phone. This was not accessible back in the day. And so I didn't realize because I was super active. I played multiple sports growing up and I wasn't really eating. I would skim lunch at school. And you know why? Because I didn't want people to watch me eat. Solely for that reason. And then another point, it was because I didn't want people to know I got free lunch. And then another thing was that I didn't ever go through the line on my own, or like nobody taught me how to go through the lunch line. So I didn't know what my PIN number would be. I didn't know anything. And I think that that's something that schools need to focus on now when it comes to like students who might have anxiety. Talk them through it at the orientation. Here's how you go through the line. Here's what you'd have to go through. Like, I'm personally a hands-on learner, so I have to be in the scenario. Show me what I got to do, and I will do it, So I look back and I think, and my family would say, ella es flaca, pero ella se come. And which means it translates to she's skinny, but she can eat. And little did they know that when I would go to a cookout, sometimes that would be my first meal of the day. And so, yeah, I'm going to eat 7 chicken wings because this is all I've eaten today. And so what if I like food? Like, okay, but I mean, I don't think our families really realize how much weight specifically was talked about or like nudged in our family, like I have family members that you call big and then their name. Big so-and-so. I have a cousin who we call Flaco. And he's bigger. And you don't really realize, or even like with my nephew, like one of them he's a little chubby. And so they say things to him like, oh, he's a big boy. Oh, he's going to be a linebacker. He's gonna be a big guy. And obviously, you can tell when a baby's gonna be tall, like they have bigger feet or they're really long, like you can notice these things about somebody. But I don't think that we really realize that our words hold weight. So I had a friend recently complete a month of working out consistently. Every single day she went to the gym. Kudos to her. That's freaking awesome. And so whenever I, congratulated her, and I asked her like, oh, like, what was your perception? Like, did anything change like mentally or physically for you? And she mentioned, like, oh, mentally, I feel better. I do still overthink quite a bit. And then for physically, like, I definitely feel stronger. And then she mentioned her weight. She's like, I didn't really notice a difference on the scale. And I truthfully don't think that looking at a scale is helpful at all for anybody. I look at it more now than I've ever have in my life. And it's so crazy because I have been changing my diet because I'm, in a calorie deficit right now. That way I can just look a little bit more leaner for the summer. And I will notice that the weight on the scale won't really change. It might be like a pound. Or I can weigh myself the next day and I'm like back to the weight I was. And so I'm like, the scale really doesn't mean anything at all. So I don't know why we really put such a big emphasis on the scale. And I definitely think that that is something that it's outdated. It's a very outdated way of going about things. And I think now, especially when it comes to having all these weight loss drugs And, so many people are like, yeah, I'm on Ozempic. And like, it's such a like normal conversation for people to be having with them being on weight loss drugs and things like that. Why are we now, if you're using it for health purposes and it's like your doctor's like, I recommend this, and like you truthfully feel like this is what's right for you, I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but I am saying, why are we ingesting something that is not meant to be into our body solely for the purpose of hoping to feel good about yourself? Because I feel like your confidence, your happiness, everything comes from within. And so if you don't feel confident in who you are at, let's just say, like, we'll throw a number in there. We'll bring weight back into this. Let's just say you're not confident in yourself at 200 pounds. What makes you think you're going to be confident in yourself at 175? Nothing's changing. Like, it's specifically if you're taking a weight loss drug. Nothing's changing, right? It's just injecting something into your body. Now, you will definitely feel a difference whenever you're going to the gym and you're building this habit of 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day of I'm working on myself. I am improving myself. I am showing up for myself. I think that there's something so rewarding about you doing something for yourself. And I mean, that's a big reason why I go to the gym. Like, yeah, some of it's for physical. Like, I want to feel stronger. I want to feel more confident. But a lot of it is mental. It is mental. It is for my mental health that I go, that I can just like zone out the world and block out, and not scroll. And, it's just like a time that's just like dedicated for me to pour into my well. And so this is the most, I felt confident throughout my life. I've gone through phases of feeling confident. And I think that now I'm at a point where I feel one of the most, because I can specifically break it up into two phases of my life. I felt extremely confident whenever I had really clear skin, and I felt extremely confident now. And I think that there was no reason for me to not feel confident in all those other phases of my life, because we as humans can be so hard on ourselves and we look to other people for validation. I mean, that's kind of what some of social media is. It's you posting for validation. Now, do people use it? And what I'm trying to get back to using it for is like, I just want to share my life. I want to show people what I'm doing. I want to motivate people. That I think, and I want to connect. I think that was like what social media was originally created for. And I think at some point it transitioned into, I need validation. So I encourage you to sit with yourself, write down a list of things that you love about yourself, and work on the things that you feel like you would like to add to the list. Maybe you wish your hair was healthier. Okay, well, what can you do today to make your hair healthier? Scalp massages, go getting a trim, maybe washing it a little bit more, maybe washing it a little bit less, depending on what your routine is. Okay? Maybe you're not confident in your body. Okay, try a Pilates class. A lot of studios, a lot of gyms have a week trial or class pass. I really recommend class pass. Their trials are amazing. I've only ever done their trials. It'll be like a month of free classes and you can't repeat them at a studio, but I've gone to multiple yoga studios. I've gone to, like I did Spinga, which is like cycling, weightlifting and yoga combined, like into like an hour class. I've done so many different things with ClassPass. Use it, try something, try whatever it is that you don't feel good about. Do something today to try to feel good about it. And a big part of it too is just looking into the mirror and telling yourself that you are loved and that you are worthy of love. Because I think a big part, especially for me, like of my confidence, I struggled with it because I remember my dad would tell me that because my room was dirty, no man would ever love me. How are you ever going to get married? Your room is dirty. Like, really? And I remember when I got my first boyfriend, I was like, look, my room is dirty and I have somebody who loves me. I got a boyfriend. And I mean, it sounds so ridiculous. And I know that things aren't really said with malintent. I mean, thank God they're not said with malintent in my family. But like in Jennette McCurdy's circumstances, I mean, obviously her mom had a lot of mental health issues. But I don't think people really realize how much weight words carry. Words carry a lot of weight. So be careful of what you say around people. Be careful of what you say to people. You know, and don't give unsolicited advice unless you truly feel like this person needs to hear it. There's a girl at the gym who every single time I see her, she's working on her glutes. Every single time she's working. I mean, it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will see her and she is working on her glutes. I have never seen her at any other machine. I have never seen her work out any other part of her body. And I almost want to go up to her and be like, hey, you know, if you want to strengthen a body part or get it to grow, you have to rest that body part. You have to give it a day or two break in between working it out. It is completely unsolicited advice. I've never given it to her because I struggle with, do I give it to her? And like, I hope that, you know, I can help her, or do I just let her be? And some part of me really wants to tell her, oh my gosh, a beautiful cardinal just went by. Oh, it's so pretty. But I really struggle with that. I struggle with, do I give her this unsolicited advice because she didn't ask nobody? And, you know, with all the resources out there, like, I mean, she might very well know that she needs to be giving herself a break. Or maybe I don't even know. Maybe I'm assuming her body goals. Maybe I'm assuming she wants to grow her glutes, you know, and that's something that I like struggle with because it's like, I don't want to tell somebody something that they didn't, I guess, need to hear. So y'all let me know in the comments if you feel like I should tell homegirl that she needs to work out other parts of her body and she can't work out her glutes every day. Because if you work out your glutes every day, if you work out any body part every day, it is not going to grow. You need to give it time to rest. Let me know in the comments if I should tell her. But I really want you to be doing something that makes you feel good, makes you feel confident, whether it be braiding your hair, if it includes dyeing it. Maybe you've always wanted to have pitch black hair. Okay, then go dye your hair. Like, do things that feel right for you. But before you jump to a procedure, before you jump to a weight loss drug, before you jump to all of these medical things that they try to shove down your throat to love yourself from within first. Do something that makes you feel good. That is like, maybe it's cooking, maybe because diet is a huge part of like losing weight. And I'm using losing weight as an example so much because that's something that, you know, was triggered with the conversations that I've had today, everything that's like transpired. But do something that can point you in the right direction. Like maybe you've been going to the gym consistently and you've done this, you've done that, and like you feel like a weight loss drug is your last resort. Use those things as a very last resort. You can get tiggle bitties by going to the gym. I'm surprised I've been able to keep my chest size and I'm going to the gym and I'm doing cardio and I'm doing this. It's because I'm working on my chest. It's like there are so many natural alternatives to doing anything and everything. You don't need to jump to going under and potentially risking your life or putting something in your body that could hurt you. I mean, Ozempic was said to make your bones and your fingers and like your hands and your body shrink. Like it's now affecting other parts of you. Like these side effects are not worth your health. They're not worth it. in my opinion. So go out there and find the natural alternatives to making you feel more confident about yourself, because you deserve to feel confident about yourself. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel that internal, like, yeah, I'm a motherfucking baddie and I know it. And I don't need this validation from anybody because I know that I'm a motherfucking baddie. Like, I've noticed that I now walk with my head even higher. And it's not like a, I'm better than you. It's a, I feel good about myself. I feel confident. I feel happy. I feel proud. I truthfully feel so proud of myself because I'm now, you know, almost a year and a half into the gym, and I've noticed like big differences. Take progress pictures, whether it be of your skin, of your body, of, I don't know what it is that you want to work on in terms of like your body image. I think for me, it's just, I automatically, like, I'm just associating what I have tried working on in my life. Take progress pictures. You can truthfully see a difference, like even within a month, like, wow, this is what I looked like a month ago when I was active 0 days out of the month, and now I'm active 5 days out of the month. And look at how much better I feel. I feel so much better after I go for a run. I feel so much, stronger after I, lift my 10-pound weights. Like, be kind to yourself. Be so kind to yourself. It is all a process, and you got to fall in love with the process, because it's not like you wake up one day and you're like, I have abs. No, it is working. It's a process. You wake up, you go to the gym, you eat healthy, you this, you that. And like, that doesn't mean starve yourself. Don't starve yourself to get abs. You can have abs and eat super healthy and eat. I mean, I've been eating chocolate. I made dates with peanut butter and chocolate or whatever. And it's like, I'm not restricting myself from anything. I had Taco Bell on Sunday. I had motherfucking Taco Bell. And I still feel great. I don't even know when was the last time I had Taco Bell before that, probably like 6 months ago. But I don't eat fast food like that because my body doesn't crave it. And that's because I have adapted. Like, your body can completely adapt to a new lifestyle. And so if you want to stop being depressed and hunched over and scrolling on your phone and comparing yourself to people and feeling shitty, like, stop feeling bad for yourself. Stop feeling bad for yourself. It doesn't do you any good. It just keeps you in this depressive state. And let today be the day that you feel good about yourself. Today, do something to help you feel better, help you not do those things. If you haven't showered in a week, get up and go shower. Curl your lashes. That's what I did today. I curl my lashes. I don't really wear makeup like that. And actually, I also put some highlighter on and a little bit of blush. I'm lying to you. I did put on a little bit of makeup, but I did it because I wanted a little, like, pick me up. And that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting a little pick me up. If wearing the little booty shorts makes you feel good, then wear your little motherfucking booty shorts. If wearing an oversized t-shirt and sweatpants makes you feel good and confident, wear the oversized t-shirt and sweatpants and feel confident. Like, stop trying to conform into what other people want for you to be. Just be who you are. And the people around you who are meant to love you will love you for who you are. I don't give a fuck about a man you're trying to pursue, a girl you're trying to pursue. They won't like me if I'm like this. I have to wake up and do my makeup before they see me whenever I wake up. La 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 la. No. Stop that shit. If they can't love you when you're not wearing makeup, when you're, in your oversized t-shirt, and they can't love you in those stages of your life, baby, they do not deserve to even look in your direction after the glow up or whenever you get all dolled up and stuff. Like, they really don't. So stop thinking that, like, stop allowing other people to control your confidence and your self-worth. You control your confidence and your self-worth. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the podcast, leave it a 5-star review. Comment down below. What is something you love about yourself? I would love to hear what is something that you love about yourself. If you haven't heard it today, you are worthy and you are loved. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.